right, my
Yeah.
friends. Ryan Law is with me today from our community. He jumped on and he was just sharing something with me during our call that I thought was really good. And he was even saying, hey, if this helps anybody. So I thought, oh, I should be recording this. So we're going to kind of rewind and he'll just tell the story again and what's going on and the realization that he's had. And I just want to make sure that we get this and share this with you. So, Ryan, jump on in wherever feels good.
Yeah. So we were just talking about, I was looking at day 7, and in the mindfulness section, it was, write down 3 of your major wins with your mind, your discipline, and your body. And I couldn't decide if this was a mindset or a discipline thing, but a buddy of mine, Daniel, we had a conversation. We met up on Friday, had dinner together, and it was good because we just had a good open dialogue where we were just stating how we were feeling. And we both were kind of saying, hey, it's been some off weeks and we were feeling a little depressed. And he shared with me that he's like, I've been sleeping more, and then like I've been sitting and just watching TV and just eating, and then after a show's done, I go eat some more. And I was like, bro, like I get it. Like I would see the candy on the counter, and I'd grab a handful, and then I'd go watch something or do something, and then I'd go get another handful of candy. And as we developed this conversation, I started to come to this realization that what I was doing was a form of like self sabotage. And I've been on this journey of trying to figure out how to love myself. And I learned that that wasn't fitting with my core value of what I wanted for me. And it was just interesting because while I say that I eat it because it just makes me feel good, I do think that I don't necessarily enjoy the candy as much as I would like a cheesecake, where I'll like enjoy it and just savor the bites. Like I just pretty much put it away, and when I just put it away real quick, I was like, you know what you're doing? You're really just, this is a low level form of hating myself, and the fact that I know what the end result will be. I'm gonna step on a scale. I'm gonna look in the mirror, and I'm gonna beat myself up over my poor decisions. And so I flipped the script on that one, and I said, look, I can see what you're doing, and you're not loving yourself right now with that candy. So now, and this was like middle of the week. And so we hadn't even hit prime candy time. So um, it was really great because when we were handing out candy at work and just handing out candy on Halloween itself, it was so much easier to not eat the candy, because at least not a lot, right? Like enjoy a piece or two, but just to say, I'm going to stop because I love myself. And this is as far as I'm going to go. And so that was a real big win for me, because I'm very much known for, you know, I notice when I'm stressing, I just eat. And most of the time, those choices aren't as healthy as what they should be. But when it comes to like candy on the table during holidays, it's like, it's bad news. So, yeah.
Oh man, you are preaching at the right time because yeah, we're right in that season and it just keeps
Yeah.
coming. Like we kind of let ourselves sometimes go for the holidays. And then we're like, and then I'll
Hmm.
get back on it with my New Year's resolution when it's just so much better to stick with it and enjoy part of the holiday, right? When it's the
Right.
holiday and decide
Yes.
on based on your identity, here's the person that I am, and because I'm that person, I'm going to allow myself to enjoy fill in the blank. And I understand what I'm going to enjoy and why I'm going to enjoy it. And
Yes.
then there's no guilt. But like I was saying on my quick post during Halloween, like do if you're gonna do it, start with your identity, then make your decision, and then go guilt free, but don't glut yourself, right? Like you can
Yes.
go guilt free.
Yes.
Once we glut, then there's got to be guilt right there on that one. And that's where we can still enjoy Thanksgiving. We can still enjoy Christmas and those moments with family and friends. That the problem is it's going to be so frequent, right? And so that's where we have to
Hmm.
decide of when I'm going to make the decision to indulge, maybe have that opportunity to like stretch a little bit in that way.
Yeah.
But for me, what I have to be really careful about is I'm one of those people that I find the slippery slope really quick. I think some people, they're like,
Yeah.
okay, here's my identity, here's my choice, here's what I'm going to do, and I'm moving on. For me, a lot of times, if I even go back to that, it's like done. When once neighbors start bringing stuff around, I'm gonna have to be really disciplined to like not do it. And one of the things I used to do that really helped me, were you ever like part of the Body for Life move or anything like that? Like when Body for
Uh,
Life was
you know what? My parents were, so,
okay.
proxy I was, like,
That's my
so.
age. That's my age right there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, when Body for Life was going on, and he was like, "Hey, you can have a free day." Something that really helped me on the mental game was I had this Tupperware. I called it my treasure box, and then I was able to go through that psychological game of when somebody offered me something at the time, home teachers and stuff coming over. And like if somebody offered me something, then I didn't have to feel like I was going without or depriving myself, that depravity mindset, because I'd gladly accept it and I just put it in the treasure box. And then two good things would happen. Well, immediately I was like, I didn't deprive myself. I can eat this later, and I'd put it in my treasure box. By the time I got to it, is usually Saturday or Sunday because I think when are we getting together with family and friends, and that's
Yeah.
my free day. And by that time, it was either like not even good anymore. Like if it was a donut, it was like, well, that's not even good. So I'd have like a donut and a Hostess and a cupcake. Like this stuff would kind of like pile up in
Yeah.
this Tupperware and throughout the week. And it is crazy when you start thinking, I'm going to give myself a free day. That was the first time I was like, I had no idea how much our culture goes around sweets, like not even just food. Like food would be fine,
Yeah.
but sweets in general, like Monday night was family home evening. So we got a treat.
Yeah.
Tuesday was young men's, young women. So we got a treat.
Yeah.
I don't even know what was happening on Wednesday, but probably for some reason there was a treat at
Yeah.
work. And before I
Yeah.
knew it, I'm back to the weekend, and Friday there's a reason for a treat, and Saturday and Sunday. So it was like every single day there was a reason for a treat. And it was like even one day, like one each time, it's gonna be adding a couple hundred calories every single day to my life. And so what I started doing is as I got that, I would open it up, wasn't even hungry for most of it. And then even if I started like chomping on it, before I knew it, I was like feeling sick. I was like, I don't know
Yeah.
what alcoholics feel like, but you're like, why did I do that? Like,
Yeah.
why did I? Yeah, and so that was the nice thing. And I found that this treasure box helped me put put the thing somewhere so I didn't feel the depravity. And then when I came back to it, it was either no good or I felt no good, and it just helped.
Hmm.
So that actually worked for quite a long time. And maybe that can help people as one strategy as well during this time. Mine, I'm just gonna have to
Yeah.
stay away from most of it because
Yeah.
I flip easily.
Yeah. There's certain times where I just know where I'm at. And if I get started, it's over. So you just can't start, and I feel like I have to recognize how I'm feeling in the moment and name where am I at? Because like heaven forbid, like I go and I start eating some candy when I'm hungry, that's totally the wrong time. So it's like if you're gonna have a piece of candy or a sweet, it's like it should be like last night when my cousin brings over banana bread with chocolate chips in it and we're all eating it together so that we can tell her how amazing it was. And then, that's when you can just say, cool, we're gonna partake together and this is more than just me indulging in something. And then yeah, so it's interesting. Like I have to look at it on a much deeper level than I ever have because um, before it was a reaction, it was a go-to, it was no, it was a cover up, right? Like to just numb some of the not so good feelings. So it's like cool, we'll replace those with something that tastes good, because right now emotionally I'm chewing on something that's gross, so um yeah, it's been really interesting to more or less take a step back and look at my life in all the things instead of just focusing on the what I should do, focusing on why do I do what I do, like there's a whole nother world when it comes to that because I feel like, you know, um, a lot of people of faith based, they have their should do's that religion helps them see, and they feel like they have that little checklist, which there's nothing wrong with it. But what about all the other decisions that aren't necessarily on that standard checklist? What are the ones that are personalized for you? And food, I've recognized, is one of those ones that I have to look at it very specific to me. And so I don't know if this helps other people, but it's what I need to do. And I don't think that what I'm figuring out is necessarily tailored to me specifically. So like I have to create that, and that takes some effort. So you're posing the question of like, what did I do, for discipline, or in my mind, what did I work on this week? What was a big achievement? And that was one of them. And I didn't even think of it as that until like you had me revisit something. Like I made that realization and I was still going to do it, but it was like, it was once again expounding upon what it was. And it really was something that I was able to create for myself only through working on it and really paying attention. And unfortunately, I know that there's still 1,001 behaviors that I do that I don't even pay attention to. They're just those habits that we all do at different times that you don't even wonder why you do it. So that was my epiphany of this past week on being disciplined and why I do what I do with food. So it was a big step, huge step.
So good.
Like you said, with the holidays around the corner, like how easy it is to get derailed. And then, January 1st, look in that mirror and you're like, today's the day. And I don't want to play that game. Like the older you get, the harder that game is to play and win. Just stay more consistent. That's the real deal. That's the real deal. So,
Wow,
yeah.
you preached a great sermon today. This is going in the archives for us. I'm gonna get it
Heck
out there.
yeah. Well,
And oh man, there was something you said that I wanted to go back to. Oh, no, no, it was this. So now you're at day 7. Um, what I want to encourage you to do, and everybody else, you'll notice I'm doing it, is I just went back to day 1 to start over
uh-huh.
because again, we're trying to develop that
Okay.
habit of going. And I'm trying to think like, do I want to build out a different day 14, 8 to 14, and then 15 to 21, or do we just keep going? And that's where you can help inform me on how helpful is it to
Yeah.
go back like I'm doing. So that's
Well,
where
I
you can be
mean,
like, I'm going to try to get 5 stars every day for day 8 to 14, depending on your help, I guess. On that.
yeah. No, that's a good thought. Like, do you make something unique for, day 8, or do you just go back like you said? And I mean, that makes me think of The Greatest Salesman, and where you repeat something over and over and over again until you actually get it. And so that concept has really like that's been where I feel like I need to focus on, because I've indulged in so much self help that I feel like I'm self helped overloaded, and I've never achieved just those beginning steps. So I love the concept of going right back to it and then seeing where you can improve, because then that's going to turn it into a habit. And clearly, I didn't get 5 stars on everything. So, like, the habit wasn't learned. So, just go right back. Just follow good and right principles till it's like it's sticking, till it's a part of you.
Mhm.
So,
Man,
yeah,
that is
love it.
great. Okay, well, I love it. I'm gonna have to sign off here pretty soon.
Yeah,
Any
me too.
other thoughts today as we're wrapping up?
No, I think that was the big one. That was huge for me. Like,
All right.
so thank you for helping me see that, because that was a part of it. And by
Absolutely.
just meeting your goals of mindfulness and revisiting the week. So yeah.
I love that.